a reading of the poem Amanda. I told you that the poem is of a young girl who is all the time nagged by the parents. So let us go through line wise. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. What the mother said: don't bite your nails, don't cut your nails with your teeth, don't hunch when you lower down your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching, bending down, and sit up straight. Your posture should be upright. You should sit in a proper manner. You should sit straight. So, let us start along with the RTC also. Who is the speaker of these lines? There are only two speakers. One is the mother and the other is Amanda. Now you have to guess who is the speaker. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Obviously, mother is speaking. What is Amanda doing with her nails? She is biting her nails with teeth. That's why mother is saying don't bite your nails. How is Amanda keeping her shoulder? She is keeping her shoulder down in a hunching position. So the mother says don't hunch your shoulders. Next you can make a question. How should Amanda sit? Amanda should sit upright and straight without bending down. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid, drifting blissfully. Now, what Amanda is imagining, she is imagining, is lost in her imagination and doesn't bother what her mother is instructing her. She imagines herself as a small island where the sea is calm, composed, and looks greenish like an emerald. She imagines that she is the only inhabitant, the person living there on that island. There she would drift around blissfully, where she would live around blissfully like a mermaid freely. What is a mermaid? Actually, a mermaid is a maid with a tail of a fish, is known as mermaid, drifting blissfully, moving leisurely, enjoying blissfully in a state of bliss, in a state of enjoyment. Next, let's start with the question answers. Where does Amanda imagine herself to be? Obviously, she imagines herself in a lonely island surrounded by the sea. What is the sea compared with? The sea is very calm and the water is greenish like an emerald. What does she want to do at the island? Actually, she wants to move around freely, blissfully, leisurely, enjoying herself like a mermaid on the island. What is the mermaid? A mermaid is a mythical creature actually, which has its upper part like a girl and the lower part like a fish. You must have heard the word Jalpari. A lady whose lower part is like a fish. So that is known as mermaid. Moving to the next. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Again, the mother asked the question. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? All these are the instructions. every mother gives these instructions to the children, especially to the girls. I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. So many works have been asked by the mother to do. Whether she has done or not, this is to be read in the lines. So the mother asks Amanda again, have you finished your homework? Have you made your room clean and tidy? Or I told you to clean your shoes but you haven't cleaned them yet. So she is just giving the reminder. Mother is pointing out again and again. Who is the speaker here? Obviously, speaker is the mother, because again she is asking something to Amanda. Then what does she ask about her homework? Whether she has finished her homework or not, that's all. What does she say about the room? She had asked Amanda to clean her room, and now she wants to know whether she has done it or not. What does she ask about her shoes? Obviously, she asked Amanda to clean her shoes. Now she wants to know if Amanda has polished her shoes, as she was asked earlier to do so or not. But Amanda has not done any of these things. Now, I am an orphan. Did you imagine anything? Did you notice something? That the lines which are told by Amanda are always in the quotes, in the brackets. Now again the fourth paragraph, the speaker is Amanda. I am an orphan. In an earlier paragraph, she imagined herself to be a lonely person on a island. She wants her to be a mermaid. Now in this paragraph, she imagines her to be an orphan roaming the streets. Parentless children, they used to roam here and there. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. What she imagines, that wherever she goes, she is just leaving the impression of her feet behind her, because she is like an orphan. She is roaming here and there in the street, and she is barefooted. So now she wants to leave the impressions on the dust, on the soft dust, when she is moving in the street. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. She wants to enjoy that freedom, that sweetness in life. Again, Amanda does not give any reply to the questions asked by the mother. She is again lost in her imaginary world. She imagines herself as an orphan now. She is barefooted. Her bare feet walk on the soft sand, and their movements create designs and patterns on the sand. She realizes that silence is golden and freedom is the sweetest thing in the world if she wants to enjoy it. So now who is the speaker of these lines? Obviously this time Amanda is the speaker. What does she imagine herself to be? In these lines she imagines herself to be an orphan, parentless. Who does she want to do? What does she want to do actually? She wants to roam around the streets freely. She wants to move here and there without any restrictions. How are silence and freedom valued here? She thinks that silence is golden and freedom is the greatest virtue in the world. Everyone wants to enjoy that freedom. That's all for today.